This video may be unsuitable for more sensitive viewers. Alright now, you have been warned.
Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. This one's called SH in the Workplace. Yes. Look, I've worked in and many places, and I've witnessed a lot of SH. And I've even been SH before, but I didn't report it. Well, first it was this guy that was at my job, and he kept going down to the attendant, and he just kept going down talking to her and stuff like that. Then one day, matter of fact, it was on Valentine's Day. He bought a bouquet of flowers and then took it to her, the attendant, and she didn't like that at all. But she didn't tell him she didn't like that. He tried to give her flowers. She kept saying, "No, no, 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 keep them, keep them." And then he gave them to her anyway, and he had a note in there and stuff like that. And then later on that day, Human Resources found out about it, and Human Resources was notified about it, and then he was out the door. Yeah, he was out the door, gone. Yes. See, that's you got to be careful how you approach people, because anything could be sexual harassment. Like one time, this guy at my other job, he kept looking at this other lady that worked there. He kept, every time she walked past, he'd look at her every time she walked past. His whole neck was turning around. And one day she saw him, and guess what happened to him? Out the door, out. He was out of there. He was out of there. You see, you got to be careful, even looking at him. Then this one guy, we were all standing in a bunch of guys. We were on lunch and stuff like that. We were standing together, and this girl walked past, and this guy said, "Ooh wee, check that out." That's all he said. But still, even if you say that, it's still SA. So he was out the door, out. He was out the door that day. You know, that day. Then this one guy, he told a employee that works with us. He said, "Girl, you look pretty. You sure look pretty." And she said, "Thank you." And guess what happened? Out the door. Out the door. Yeah. This one guy, this one guy, uh, asked a female employee. He asked out to lunch. He just one day he got the courage up, and this guy didn't talk to people too much, but he got the courage up to ask. Actually, he said, "Hey, hey, 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 look, would you like to do lunch? You like to do lunch? Come on, I'm paying. I'll pay for everything." She said, "Nah, no thanks, no thanks." And guess what? SA. Out the door. Out the door. Man, I'm telling you, man. This last one I'm gonna tell y'all about. This is when I was working at the high school, and you know how it is when in the high schools we go through extensive training, and this is the main thing they tell you about. Do not. This constitutes SA. Do not talk to the girls down here, even if they come at you. Even if they come at you, you do not talk to them like that, because you are an adult and they are kids. They even though it was a high school, they still are kids. They're under 18. So this guy one day, well, one girl was fast. She was fast, and she used to mess with everybody at the job. But you say, go on, go on, go on now, go on now. That's what we tell him. But he couldn't do that. So he just said, man, he wrote a note. He wrote a note and gave it to her with his name on there. So he asked. The note said, "Look, after you get out of school, meet me on the street, and then we'll go to get pizza." He did that, and she went to the principal's office with the note. Guess what happened? I had to do it to him. I had to get rid of this guy. And I told him, I said, hey, man, look, you're an adult. You should know better. And we went through training for this. So it's unacceptable. So, out the door. Yes. Look, you guys, you guys need to be careful, because SA is no joke. SH is no joke. Now, if you do it to somebody, then you deserve to be out the door. So save that for when you off or something like that. If you meet somebody when they off or something, then maybe you can talk to them or something like that, or ask them out or stuff like that. But don't do it in the workplace, please. All right, all right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Right? Yes. Peace. Adios. Salamat.